I thought they were cool, but I wanted to learn about them. So I found this great little Sunbeam, and I remember seeing one on school campus when I was in college. So when this one came up for sale, I was like, oh, I'll go buy that. So I ended up buying the Sunbeam, and then after the Sunbeam, I've always been into Porsches. So at one point, and one of my sisters, my overachieving sister, is a physician, so she had bought a new 911 and showed up all the other kids in the family. So we were all like, well, one of these days I'm gonna get a Porsche. I'm gonna get a 911. So
Yep.
another sister got one, so they had two Porsches in the family. And then I ended up buying one, but I bought one, of course, as the mechanic of the family. I bought like at the time they weren't worth a lot of money. I bought a 72 911 that needed some work, but I paid $2,200 for it because that's what they were worth back then in the 90s. And who knew that they would go crazy in price? But I drove a 911 and had and tracked it and fixed
Hmm.
it and got introduced to 911s and so the story with the 911 is I sold it for Ferrari parts because at the time I was in the middle of restoring the
Uh,
Ferrari, and Ferrari parts are expensive. So I ended up cutting loose the 911 and regretted it ever since. So about 5 years ago, I was looking at cars, and I as much as I didn't admit that I would drive a water cooled car, I was really impressed with the 996.